Good morning everyone. In this video I'm going to be analysing the live price action for EU and DXY to see what opportunities we may have today. You're going to see my analysis and my strategy, so if you're interested in those then please stick around. Right, we're going to start off on the daily here. We have EU on the top, DXY on the bottom. So what's the daily showing us? So Friday we just closed out as a barely bearish doji, right? Not much movement on the Friday, bit of an inside day, right, to that Thursday wick candle. But if I look at the wider picture, again, not much has changed since my last video, but we have our bullish leg here, right? We're in the premium, we've taken buy side liquidity, and we have our imbalance below, which it looks like we may be pulling back towards, very correctively and very slowly. But that's where my mind goes, that we have this imbalance in order block within a discount that price will want to pull back to naturally. Same with our inverse as well, DXY. We're in a discount. Price seems to be somewhat correctively pulling back to fill this imbalance, right, towards this order block after taking sell side liquidity. So on the daily, that's still what I see pretty much. If we look into the current day's price action, we've started out bullish. We haven't moved very far. Previous daily high and low are still intact for buy side and sell side liquidity. Same on DXY, buy side and sell side liquidity are still there. I think the London Open is just starting now, so we'll see what happens. So let's go down to the 4 hour and see what that shows us. So here we are on the 4 hour, and just quickly before we move on, I just want to shout out Trade 501. I don't know your name, but you've contributed to me a couple times now for coffees on my Buy Me a Coffee link, so shout you out. Thank you for your support and I really appreciate it. So back to the price action. We have our 4 hour bullish leg. As I've mentioned, we took that buy side liquidity and now it seems to be like we're pulling back internally. It looks like we're making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, right? So we still have our massive imbalance, which as I've pointed out is a draw on price within the discount. So we have plenty of imbalance here, which should draw price. And then if we go over to DXY, same imbalance here, which we've gone into a bit more, but it's still present within that premium. And its lower time frame should be making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs as well. And we've pulled back to what will be an internal premium, right? We'll show that closely on the 1 hour. But we had this high here, created this leg, and now we've pulled back very correctively and filled this 4 hour imbalance. So that should be providing some possible resistance. As you can see, since we've come back into that area, we've created a range, and now we're overnight into today into Asia and London Open. It's just been ranging since that market close on Thursday. As we said, Friday was a small range just within that Thursday range as well. So I know I said range a lot, so I hope that didn't confuse you. But we've created this range since Thursday now, okay? And we filled this imbalance. And we're in a premium of what would be this internal leg and this external leg here. We're still within the premium of it. So this is a good area to be in. I still think, from looking at the structure, that we're within this pullback trend towards the discount, at least for now, right? Because we're still within this bearish leg, within the premium of it. We have filled this gap and price is being held here. Okay, so we're just waiting for price to break down and show its intention and direction. Same on DXY. We created this, we've pulled back down to this area, showing some signs of support because we're just going sideways. So let's move on to the 1 hour and see what that shows us and see if it agrees. So here we are on the 1 hour. Price action looks very obvious. We've got that bearish leg I was discussing, right? So we've got this internal bearish leg here from this high to this low. As you can see, we pulled back, right, to this 1 hour order block, 4 hour imbalance. Okay, price is being held here. We've created some range. We came up, took that buy side liquidity just above these highs, filling this 4 hour imbalance, right, mitigating that 1 hour POI even more. And then we just went into Friday evening, right, and price has been held here. So the way I see it, on the higher time frame, we last took buy side liquidity. We didn't break that low, so this high could possibly be weak. But as I mentioned, we're in the premium of this bearish 1 hour leg. We're being held here, creating a range. We're just waiting for structure to show us the direction. Maybe it just needs to buy side liquidity above here, or maybe it will come up higher and take this previous daily high before giving us any sort of momentum. At the moment, we're still in that range. We're still waiting for things to happen. But to me, it doesn't create a different picture just yet from the 4 hour. So we're just waiting for price action to show its hand. Which side is it going to go to? We've still got that high time frame draw on price down here. And I think DXY is still agreeing because it still has this bullish leg. Came down, mitigated this 1 hour POY and swept below it for sell side liquidity. Also we had that SMC divergence because we haven't taken out this high above this 1 hour POY. So that's a lower high there, indicating some sort of weakness and possible strength from this sell side liquidity here. Now that was obviously last week, so we're going to wait for price to show its hand, but those are the confluences that are on side. Structure on DXY, as I mentioned, is bullish still. We've got the high here, high low, high high, high low, possibly to go on and make a high high. And all this corrective price action usually just leaves sell side liquidity as a trend line for us to target. So above this high, buy side, buy side, buy side liquidity. So we'll see which way price chooses to go. We've also got SMC divergence again today. We'll see that more clearly on lower time frame. So this high to this high high, which is taken buy side liquidity, and then this low to this higher low. So show of strength from DXY by not making that lower low. So we'll see if that stays. Alright, price is still being a little bit bullish at the moment, so we may come down and take this low, but again, that's just something that's on our side, and we'll see how that plays out on the lower time frame. So possible resistance here at the moment, and we're just waiting for more on the price action to give us that direction, with my favored bias, which would be to continue this pullback trend, which is a bearish trend down towards these previous weekly lows, right, down towards that higher time frame price draw. So I hope that's clear. Let me know if there's any questions. So let's go down to the M15, see what opportunities may be available for today. Right, on the M15, what could we see this morning? Now, if I'm following my bias, which obviously I will, which is favoring shorts, we have that SMC divergence that I mentioned, low, high, low, at least for the moment. Okay, so if we close off this as a nice sweep, right, with this high and high, high, that will look like a buy side liquidity sweep. We'll have our break in the correlation here, right, indicating strength on DXY, buy side liquidity sweep. Then we'll just be waiting for that structure shift. So what I'm hoping for at the moment will be this buy side liquidity above here, above Asia, which will be with the cycle as well, right? Usually if we take one side of Asia, we'll head towards the other. Possible buy side liquidity sweep above these highs here. I would want price to then break below this low. This will be a good M5 low. Break below that low as a breaker structure. Pull back to our M15 or M5 order block with imbalance, right? Because once we take this buy side liquidity, I want momentum to come into the market and break one of these lows here to then continue with the trend bearish. Okay, so possible M15 or M5 order block here, break of structure here after taking this buy side liquidity, big momentum shift there with an imbalance order block, possible inducement during this pullback here, and then I would set my order to go short, stop loss just above the highs, and then targeting wherever your strategy suggests to target. So there's still some bullish momentum going on right now. That 15-minute candle just closed, but this is what I'd be looking for. Some break below here may look clearer on the M5. It does look like we're building up like a trend line sell side liquidity here, but I want some momentum to come into the market. We still need momentum to come in and drop, have a displacement, leave an imbalance, a clear one as we break structure, in my opinion, because that shows the momentum, right, and it shows the intention. So this is what I see at the moment. Now this could happen for sure higher up in price. Let me just move that up here. We may come up, take these highs out, and then break down, do something similar, right? And that would be fine too. But going with my bias, I just kind of want no shorts. As long as we don't start breaking structure and everything still looks good, divergences, sweeps of liquidity, especially the sweep of liquidity, and it breaks down. If it doesn't break down and it looks like it's going long, then yes, I can switch bias. But for now, I think structure still wants to go short, in my opinion. We just need to take out the right amount of liquidity in this range, and then price will show its hand. So that's everything. I hope that was clear. I hope you gained value from that. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.